Let me open up this map here. Okay, Kavasa. And there is a system here. Let's see what the system down here is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got Oru. I'm gonna run out of room. Oru Sosa. And then there's a thing here, and then there's a thing here. And there's one over here. I'm running out of room on my paper. Running out of room on my paper. But there's a planet here, right, that we can land on? Alright, let's go see what this planet has. So even though my ships and myself are getting attacked, it looks like our hull repair is able to keep up with it. There's a spaceport here. Oh, I missed the, hold on, let me just... This planet is an ecological catastrophe. Its surface has been scorched by radiation, and by what must have been an orbital bombardment, no organic life remains. Great. Many large cities dot the surface, several of which have been leveled, or damaged by weapon strikes, and far more which are nearly entirely intact. All are equally empty. Persistent clouds of caustic dust choke the atmosphere, and your ship's sensors alert you to the presence of several dust storms at other locations on the planet's surface. It would be wise not to get caught in one. And there is a spaceport. That's pretty interesting. I guess they needed some way to refuel. What we got here? Oh man, okay. Vasa Ura. And then that connects to some other system here. I'm definitely running out of space here. Let's see what this planet has in store. The moon is covered in a constant veil of frost that coats the sparse and hardy vegetation on its surface in delicate ice crystals. On the side of the moon that faces its parent gas giant, a massive circular trench, kilometers deep, has been carved into the earth. Within it, huge terrace complexes have been built into the walls. Empty residential areas, shipyards, and public spaces jut into the trench's open air, where they are adorned by the constant snowfall. Fascinating. Okay. Now let's see here. So we're getting pretty low in the map here. Man, there's another system too. What is this called? Cassisola. Cassisola. And there's a system here. And there's a spaceport, of course. Unlike most of the planets in this area of space, this moon remains relatively habitable. Large forests have flourished throughout it in the absence of sapient life. And the stark remains of abandoned cities are slowly being reclaimed by the nature that surrounds them. While the other materials which compose the buildings have not decayed in iota over the eons, tender shoots of green life nonetheless adhere to the twisting surfaces and flourish within their unmaintained interiors. Spaceport. Great. So there's a spaceport, but it did not refuel me. See, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, we're going to... there. There is a wormhole too. No, we're gonna land. Wait, hold on. There we go. Let's land on the planet first. And then we're gonna go check out this wormhole. There's this wormhole. What is this called? Blah. Kahora. Which has a wormhole connecting somewhere. Where does this wormhole go? We don't know. In contrast to the pristine emptiness of the other formerly inhabited planets of this area of space, this world teems with signs of chaos. The remains of hastily built weather control towers dot much of its surface, and the cities upon it are neither majestic nor well maintained. None are very large, but most are surrounded by vast expanses of fabric and radiation-bleached temporary constructions. Now, let's go see what's going on here. Where does this wormhole lead to? We are like really deep in the south. Oh, it's a red one too. The system on the other side of the wormhole is the first one in days that your sensors have not responded to with alarms. Apart from the presence of the wormhole, the space here appears entirely normal. Okay. Okay. And that comes down... Oh my god, I don't even know how to... And there's like... Ubu clot. I don't even know what I... Well, I don't know which one this connects to. I think it connects to this one. Ubu clot. Cora. I think it's this one. So I'm going to dot this. Comes to a wormhole. I'm just writing this down. Comes to a wormhole, which there is a system connecting it here. I'm just going to just like put this, over here. Put this over here, and there's a planet. There's one here, and there's one over here. And this one is you know what? I'm just going to write 2 letters of it. My. Alright, so we'll go here first, I guess. Or we can go here first. Let's go here first. Is there a planet we can... Yes, there is. Let's land on this planet first. I wonder, are we going to find something interesting or not? The landscape of this planet is marked by gently rolling hills and the occasional pond. Your sensors remark that the atmosphere outside, while oxygen-rich, is too thin to safely breathe. And while you see a preponderance of hardy plant life, there are no animals to be seen. Great. Let's go. I wonder if they were able to use this one. Oh, here we go. We have a precursor and then successor. I hate that the map is disappearing. I don't like that. Okay, here we go. Got some ships here. Old houses. Well, we found something. You know what? I'm not even going to draw this anymore because it's like too complicated. Here we go. Oh yeah? 2 could play that game. Oops. Okay, so down here, it looks like the things are not disappearing, which is good. Okay, stop it. Alright, let's see what we've got. We're just exploring the area. No big deal, no big deal. Can't land on anything though. Okay, so that's not good. Successor. So we got precursor and successor. And they don't seem to have jump drives. And I can't land on anything. But there is definitely something here, which is nice. Like, not sure what the technology is. Here's something to land on. Uninhabited, but still. Successor. So precursor, successor. You got it. Right. Hot and arid world. How about that? 1 second. Very cold and dry here. Let's see what else we got going on here. I mean, we're just exploring space here. That was the fun of this game too. When there was like, it was brand new and you didn't know what to expect. Okay, anything here? Oh, there was something we can land on. Oh, I can land on something. All right, we're gonna land on something. Let's see what's happening here. It's uninhabited, but still, I landed on it. Okay. What about, there's something else to land on too. Uninhabited. So I wonder if this is now in the game and there's nothing like going on. You know what's like interesting though? Other than the Korath and like pirates, none of these aliens are just like immediately hostile. Which I find interesting. You'd think like some of them would just be like, oh my god, something strange and weird, we're going to attack it. Like you'd think like that would be one of the personality types of aliens. Everything is restricted here. And I cannot seem to get close enough for a scan, so... Well, looks like I can land on another uninhabited thing. Ships look interesting. Old houses. Figures. Okay, what do we got? 3 O-Jet bimodal coil guns, a shield vortex, a combat scanner, a hyperdrive, multimodal armor heavy, beta voltaic cell, inductive reverser, inductive steering, and inductive thruster. I mean, it doesn't really tell me like anything really. Doesn't tell me anything about their technology. It just says their name. Doesn't really help me at all. Okay. Oh, I can land on this. Figures the one I could land on, I just came to last. Here we go. Finally. It's amazing. I should have went to that one first, and I was like, oh, let me go to these other ones. After trudging through several shrouded and mostly dead systems, you finally found a planet with living inhabitants. As you enter the planet's upper atmosphere, your ship is surrounded by a trio of interceptors and thoroughly scanned. Soon after, the lead ship transmits a hail to you in a sharply following alien language before proceeding to a spaceport complex floating on a large structure along the coastline. The group corrals you onto one of the few fully dry landing pads, and as the minutes wear on, a small crowd begins to form around your ship. You carefully open the Superior personal ship's hatch and step outside to make contact. The predominant species of aliens you see are enormous octopods. Wow, octopods again? Were the Incipius octopods? I don't remember. That rise up from the ground on their long, suckered arms. On average, they stand about 3 meters tall, even with their arms coiled beneath them. Those standing on dry land are joined by others who slither out of a network of water-filled pools and channels to come and watch you. Their skin glistens with mucus wetness, and you can see a changing color and texture as they run their hourglass-shaped pupils over your person and your ship. Okay, so maybe interesting. After a couple of minutes of activity within the crowd, One uniformed and especially vibrant individual breaks away from the rest and begins to move towards you, gliding gently and silently over the ground. They say something in some strange language, shiver you with waves of color, and then wait expectantly for you to reply. So like waves of color, just like the Incipius. I'm going to say, don't shoot them, don't say nothing. I am Captain Aaron Schatz. This one never does, no. The alien shuffles their arms in place and leans their face towards yours, repeating their earlier statement. This time, more slowly and at a lower pitch. When you once again fail to give a satisfactory response, they pull away. After a few more moments of silence, the alien grunts in a gesture reminiscent of a sigh of disappointment, then turns away and says something to another uniformed individual waiting on the edges of the now substantial crowd. The other's skins flashes a bright blue before they leave, gliding towards one of the interceptors now parked alongside your ship. They shortly return, holding in one of their arms a small spherical device, handing it to the alien who seemed to be in charge. The leader in turn offers it to you and burbles an unintelligible phrase in what you might have characterized as an encouraging tone. The individuals making up the crowd are now stretching over each other to get a look at you, and you can see more of them in the distance gliding and swimming towards your landing site. Take the device. You take the device from the alien. It liquefies the moment it touches your skin before freezing in a mid-splash to project a small but detailed holographic star map of the surrounding systems. A star system a few jumps east of here is highlighted in a mist of a sea of alien lettering. The individual standing opposite you grunts energetically as the trio of interceptors begin to hover in preparation for your takeoff. It would appear that these people, whoever they are, want you to travel there. I'm going to check the spaceport. I'm going to check the job board, of which there's nothing here. Okay. I'm going to check here. I have plastic. I'm going to sell you the plastic. Now we can land here. So now that's where we'll go. Wait a second. Okay. Yeah. I guess we are just going along the track. I'll wait for my peeps to come as I go to the landing. Let's see what we've got in store. Like last time, you were escorted by the interceptors to a landing pad on this planet's spaceport. Here, however, they glide you to a small out-of-the-way area at a great distance from the main complex, where several uniformed aliens are gathered on the landing pad, standing at attention. After waiting for several minutes, a shuttle lands on the pad beside yours and several individuals emerge from it. Two of them move in front of the rest, where they are allowed to pass by the guards and approach you. The one on the left is a uniformed officer wearing what appears to be heavy body armor, with shimmering metallic plates that sparkle in the light. On the right is a smaller alien who is wrapped in a dark cocoon-like outfit from which her head and arms emerge. The officer says something to the smaller one, who quietly replies and then pulls from a pocket on their outfit a smooth sheet which they inspect several times before haltingly addressing you. Wow! Hark, noble visitor, we bid thee welcome and good tidings. The two eye you closely as they wait for a response. Hello, I am Captain Aaron Schatz. So they knew the language. The two once again proceed slowly and carefully, the speaker briefly conversing with the military officer before each phrase. I am Sage of House Sioria, among the Successors. Throughout the human art thou not? Yes, I am. This sparks a wave of color among the gathered members, most of all Siage, whatever, who spend several seconds in vibrant shades of orange before returning to their resting hue. This is such Incipius-like. Then it's confirmed. 'Tis a cause for much excitement, Schatz, for thou the first human that's been met by us in 1,500 years, since far before the time thy kind had even left the bounds of thine own planets. Oh, by thine planet's own clouds. How Sioria is honored to be the one that gives thee greetings. So am I, Captain for my part in it. The members of the group splay their free arms toward you and glisten with ripples of blue across their skin. You perform a short bow in return. I am so curious. Now, I'm not going to ask, like, how could you have met, let's see this one. 'Twas a time, I just asked, like, how do you know humans? 'Twas a time in which our predecessors' home domains reached farther to the north and farther still to the reach of their intention to explore. For life, it is rare and precious thing, and doubly so that life which is possessed of sapience and our culture that's noble in reason, infinite in faculty, and is thine. So then, our predecessors waited under cloak of dark to silently observe thee in thy glimmering development. And if 'twere not from the rest of the stars so ultimately ripped, we surely had had the pleasance to watch thy kind advance to what's its present point. Is that how you know my language? 'Tis true, they say. I am a scholar of some olden languages, and of worlds our predecessors met so long ago. I learned thy tongue, at least 'twas gone 1,500 years ago. I will say that humans have certainly changed a lot. More waves of color, subtle but noticeable, pass over Siaj's body. I'd hoped as much, they say, that thou weren't still a younger kind, with a longer history before thee, that thou wouldst one day take to the stars, it appears thou hast now done. Alas, my noble house Cioria does not permit me to interrogate thy knowledge so deep as that I which desire. For thine arrival portends 'tis much, and it's so much we must arrange. What should I do now? Siege translates this question to the uniformed officer, who conveys a detailed response accompanied by a series of color and texture displayed on their skin. Overhead, a buzzing flock of interceptors fly past and land on a set of landing pads closer to the center of the spaceport complex. Eventually, Siege responds, and does so even more slowly and carefully than previously. The noble scions, O House Cioria, have made it known to others of the high houses that thou art guest within their space, and shalt proceed with their protection. Thou mayst explore those rests of the worlds which offer these their grace. Thou art tongue, though, thou shalt find few but few chances to do more than observe. As to that, Sage continues, our noble scions are set to start their meeting here in 8 days' time. And as it that thou hast aroused their close attentions, 'tis expected thou shalt receive a summons to their union. With that, Sage and some of the others depart, leaving you along the pad with your ship and a ring of guards who remain silent and at attention. Well, now we're getting somewhere. Now they're all open. See, if I just started there in the first place. However, we found precursor stuff. Nobody was there. And then the successor to the precursors. And apparently the precursors were so old that they witnessed humanity back in the day where we didn't even have space travel. And that they taught their successors at least old languages that we had in the past. Very interesting. We are on a unique path right now. This is new game content again. And we're going to explore more in the next set of videos. So stay tuned and hit that subscribe button. And leave me some feedback. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.